All right. We've got a lot of different things we're working on here at the program, all right? A lot of different things. New platforms we launched on YouTube Live here just the last couple of days. So if you're watching and you're looking for different alternatives to see the program in streaming and so forth, we've got YouTube, we've got Rumble, we've got Facebook, I think, or is it starting back up on Monday? X, we've got that, and we've got the genius behind it. That, of course, is Ivey. Look, there she is, hiding behind. Hey,
good morning, Steve. How are you doing?
Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor.
Hey there. Oh my gosh, how hilarious! She's never gonna live that one down.
No, that's not gonna get old. Hey. It's like, what was that show? Home Improvement.
You know, she said that she didn't want to get her picture taken. Yeah, it was the guy.
Home Improvement. Yeah.
The guy, the neighbor, that you never see any part of it other than his eyeballs.
Right.
He's like, she said I didn't want my picture taken, and I shouldn't have done that. And I'm human. I'll laugh at my mistakes. So
why not? We're all laughing at her.
Anyways.
Yeah. So how are you?
So I'm great. It's
Good.
Free for All Friday, Free Speech Friday. Love this tradition that we do every week to listen to our viewers, and we're going to start integrating your comments online as well. So continue to do that. We love your interaction online.
Yeah, you were just reading some of that interaction to me in the break. Yeah.
And so continue to do that. But it also, what I love talking about on Friday is the dumbest thing I've heard all week.
Whoa, it's going to be a challenge any given week.
Any given week. So here is what I have for you.
Friendly reminder, as a white American woman, I will no longer be dating white men. I'm looking for anything other than a white man. Okay? Just a heads up.
Good luck. Hey.
I mean, what the heck is she? First of all, what the heck are you talking about? Second of all, why are you? I don't know. I'm just not that person's like everything about me needs to be put online.
Everything's about race.
Everything is about race. And why wouldn't you want to date a Caucasian white man? Like, what have they done so wrong?
Right.
Clearly, you're a liberal.
They were born white as a boy and a male boy. And
shame on them.
Yeah. How dare
for
they
being
be born
white?
Yeah. Okay. So if we're going to talk about race and the dumbest thing I've heard all week, all right, go ahead, Anthony.
So let me tell you something. This ain't about criminality. This is about the fact that he was a little too dark for them, and he ain't even that dark. But they don't like melanin. Melanin is the biggest enemy that they have ever seen. This is why they go after certain people.
Jasmine Crockett, your favorite of mine.
I figured it was her. I wondered.
So MS-13.
People don't like melanin, huh?
Right. So an MS-13 guy who beat his wife, and he's been adjudicated by 2 courts of competent jurisdiction to be a member of MS-13, was pulled over in Tennessee with a carload of people from Texas with no actual, paperwork, so they believed he was human trafficking. Beat his wife to the point that she got restraining orders on a couple of different occasions.
Yep.
This is the hill they want to die on, apparently.
Well, he didn't have the car that he was driving when he was pulled over had a expired license plate. Wasn't his car. It was suspected this car had been
stolen.
Suspected in a trafficking or human smuggling situation. And so this is all actually being verified.
And yet, the genius Jasmine says, well, it's about race. It's about melanin because he is a little too dark. He's not even dark, dude.
Right. And what is this thing about with the Democrats saying they're going to be disappearing Americans and disappearing people?
Oh, good God.
He didn't disappear.
Check your meds.
You were told exactly where he went, and that it's like this fear mongering that all these. The other thing I'm hearing is all of our when we're liberals, we're going to be disappeared, and they're going to send us all over the world, and we're never going to have a voice. It's like, are you off your rocker?
Yes. Yeah.
What planet do you live on? Sometimes, when you listen to these people talk or you have conversations, you just wonder if they're from Mars. Like, what world are you
So
living
I just glanced down. You're talking. I glanced down. Here's David Hogg, the new vice chair of the DNC, this 20-something, little skinny waif weasel who's made a career out of a school shooting at Stoneman high school in Florida, which he wasn't even there, by the way. We know now, years later. But he's out there. We need more of this. We need more of Chris Van Hollen, and I agree with him. I think we should have Democrats in El Salvador every single day doing photo ops, they're sitting there having margaritas. He got this guy out, this Abrejo Garcia, for a little while yesterday, apparently. They had margaritas. How nice. The wife beater, the MS-13 human trafficker.
I don't even get that. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know how it happened either.
How that happened. How does a senator go to a prison? This
He
guy
did.
is in prison, and then he gets let out to go have cocktails with this guy.
Well,
like, how does that? First of all,
here's how it happened.
If he's a criminal, why is he out to begin with?
Right, fair enough. But here's why: because all of these crazy leftists, he's been dead, he's been tortured,
Yeah.
So Bukele masterclassed them. Bukele, the president of El Salvador, said, "Really? Tortured? Okay, here he is. Go have a freaking margarita." He's been down there for a month? Didn't look too tortured to me. He's sitting there. And the way that Chris Van Hollen, what a shame this is, this senator, who has never, by the way, met Rachel Marin's family, the woman that was actually brutally murdered in Maryland by an El Salvador illegal alien, mother of 5. He's never bothered to meet her family or talk to them, but he'll fly all the way to El Salvador to meet a guy who beat his wife, who trafficked in human beings, who is a member of MS-13. It's appalling on every level.
It is.
Makes me angry.
Ludicrous,
it's Good Friday. I'm not supposed to be this angry.
Well, it's beyond the imagination of what I would think would be normal behavior. Like, I do not understand why Democrats are willing to die on this hill of
And again, David
celebrating
Hogg says they want more of this.
Like celebrating George Floyd. Let's go back a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Celebrating George Floyd.
Wonderful
and then,
human being, Ivey.
Yes, and then making him into a hero, and then like doing this same thing with this Garcia fella, and then the same thing happened with the protests of 2020 when Black Lives Matter and Antifa were literally burning cities down.
Literally.
Oh, it's okay. They have the right to protest, the left said. And it's just,
Yeah,
I just
you don't
don't
have the right
understand.
to burn down city blocks, but
And the more and more and more the progressive left is the voice of the Liberal Party, it just to me seems like they're going to have a very hard time ever winning elections. Like, because from middle America does not believe that this is the right way to go.
I don't think anybody believes it's the right way to go.
Right. Well, no, I mean, there are people who vote for this stuff.
Well,
People
I
voted
suppose.
in AOC. People vote in, Chuck Schumer. People vote in these radical leftists. So,
by the
yes.
way, did you see this?
What?
Yesterday, the most likely person to be nominated for the Democrat.
Yes, AOC.
Yeah, AOC is your
She's
number
a
one
likely candidate for president.
of the United States for the Democratic Party.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, anyhow, we'll take it. Are you still with me? Are you sticking around?
Yeah, I'm sticking around.
It is such a good Friday. We'll be back on the Steve Gruber Show. So I'm not going to get into all the details, but I got up and stepped away from the desk for a moment during the break. If you can train a Labrador with a shock collar, don't you think you could train a 12-year-old boy with a shock collar? I mean, why would that be unfair or inappropriate? 12-year-old boys need shock collars half the time, Ivy. Good Lord.
I know that you're joking, but
I am?
Yes. But yes, I think
Sort
that
of. I'm
sometime
mostly
that
joking.
12-year-old boys, as they're coming into puberty, I feel like have just lose their mind.
Their brain shrinks to half its normal size.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow.
I'm sure any parent with teenagers going into puberty can relate.
And boys, my mother had 3 boys, and I've met women that have had 3 or 4 boys. I'm thinking, how do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Anyhow.
A lot of patience and
a shock collar.
grace. Yeah.
A shock collar. All right. What do you got for me?
Well, how I always love to talk about positive stories. I'm going to attempt to bring something every day positive to talk about because
we need it?
oftentimes we just really
Well,
you know, that we have a responsibility to tell you about what's going on.
you know, on the afternoon program, and for people that don't know, every day I do a show called America's Voice Live on Real America's Voice Network. It happens from 3 to 4 Eastern Time. At the end of that program every day, we say what makes America wonderful. We bring a nice story because there are so many great stories out there that get lost in this blizzard of negativity.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate what you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah. So a 10-year-old California young lady, prodigy, is set to graduate from college with 2 degrees.
How old?
10 years old. Isn't that incredible? And I just think, you know,
What did she study?
Sometimes,
You know?
I'm looking through. Actually, this article does not
It's all right.
say what it is.
I don't care
that
if she studied basket weaving. If she's a 10-year-old
Well, it's
with
2
college
associate degrees. So, in fairness, it wasn't, like it's
Not
still
a 4-year
a
degree
college
yet,
degree.
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, how incredible when you think about young people these days. And I often wonder how much devices have really slowed down the progression of society as a whole, not only from our children, but society, because we are so utterly distracted.
Dependent is the
Not
concern.
Well, I don't know about dependency. I find it to be distraction, because how can you invent, how can you conceptualize new ideas if you never sit and think?
Hold on. It's true. You never sit and think. Brock, do we have a caller?
We do. Sarah in Michigan.
All right, let's hear it.
Sarah, how are you?
Hi, Steve. Am I on with Ivy and Steve?
Yes.
Good morning, Sarah.
Holy moly, this is awesome. Steve, I love your show. It is so great. I listen every morning.
I appreciate that greatly.
And how are you doing today?
I wanted to call in because, Sunday is Easter, and I've been really working on putting a lot of food together. And I hear that you guys do some, preserving and canning, possibly some salsa. I hear that that's been really good for you.
We do some canning.
I also hear.
Yeah. So
that's so awesome. I'm going to have to get some tips and tricks. I also hear that, possibly y'all like to do the whole, ham and mashed potatoes, all those things. I love a twice-baked potato. I'm just saying, they're really delicious. Have you ever tried one?
Yes. I haven't actually cooked twice baked potatoes in about 10 years. So that's a really great idea.
that's a great idea. Sarah, you having family together for Easter?
We are. We're going to get the family together, have a whole shindig, go out and do some egg hunting, and have a great time. I'm really hoping the family's going to all come together and really have a good time.
Well, Sarah,
Nice.
You call anytime. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for having me. You're so handsome, and your wife is so beautiful. Thank you for having me this glorious morning.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, good Lord. Anyhow.
I love those positive callers. That just makes my heart
that's
so
what
happy.
you wanted. You wanted a great, by the way, speaking of positive comments, I played Franklin Graham earlier.
Yeah.
Giving a prayer for Easter. And Barry sent a note and said, thank you for that. Because in this busy world of ours, we lose track of what really matters.
Right,
Easter
and it's
matters.
the same thing of what I've just said about not only sitting quietly and thinking about your goals or thinking about inventing things or whatever it is that you're going to be thinking about, but it's also setting that time aside and setting quiet time aside to
Calm your mind.
connect with God. And so I think so many people are just so busy. Wake up, go, 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 go. Kids, work, and we forget just the basic principles of just stopping, slowing down. You're talking about smelling the roses.
Yeah.
I think so many people just don't do that anymore.
But you need,
and I think that's
you do need
really
quiet
important.
time to calm your mind, to focus, hear God, like you said. I think that's incredibly important. By the way, I hear your cat, too.
She does not understand the importance of quiet,
She
for
doesn't-
sure.
No, especially not when you're. She is upset right now.
Yeah.
Anyhow, for everybody out there, we hope you have a great Good Friday. We hope, like Sarah, you bring your family together and enjoy this Easter holiday and the special times, because, look, you only get so many shots at this. In your entire lifetime, how many Easters do you get that you can really remember?
They are less, if you add them all up in a lifetime, less than you would think, actually.
A lot less than you would think, especially what you remember. I mean, to think about the ones when you're an adult, for example.
Absolutely.
She's going wild over there. Anyhow, we'll take Ivy. Thank you, as always. Love you.
Of course, I love you too.
We'll take a break, have some final thoughts here on this Good Friday. Remember, you can always send us an email, stevegruber.com. Again, we're brand new on YouTube, live there every day. We're live on X. We're live on Facebook. I think we're back live on Monday on Facebook, actually. But all sorts of places. And stevegruber.com, a great place to read what's going on and my thoughts as well. We'll be right back.